together saying, hey, in a way we needed this. I mean, I don't know if we thought we were too hot to trot or whatever on our 5-game win streak or whatever it was, but we simply just got beaten every facet of the game.
Man, that was just a very embarrassing performance by us. I think a loss like this was very much needed. I think it's better for us in the grand scheme of the season, and I think we need to get put in check. I think we needed a reality check, and I think that we needed someone kind of just remind us, that we still have a lot of ball left, and I mean nothing's gonna be given. We gotta go out there and take everything.
If this was week 6, I'd buy it.
Okay.
I don't buy it this late in the season. I don't buy it. The last month of the season, you should be trying to peak and get to a level where you're playoff ready. And to get embarrassed, curb stomped the way they just got curb stomped, they're not going to forget that. That's going to leave a mark. And to me, it raises questions. I've already had questions about Dak. But to me, it raised questions about their defensive front four and just their defense. Is their defense as great as we thought it was with a front four that, to me, the last couple of weeks just hasn't been getting to the quarterback?
Yeah, I'm not concerned about this team. A team ahead of schedule, let's just say it for what it is. A team that was desperate to the point where they traded and gave up a first rounder, got Amari Cooper. Things started to work out for them. If you look at them, they needed this reality check because of really the dynamic of their organization and being in Dallas. Like, I played in Dallas. It was real quick, but I was there. Woo! The NFL, every one of us is one in a million. Every single individual, you play on one of the 32 teams, you have made it. But when you play in Dallas, there are extremes that no other organization deals with in terms of how they treat their players. The highs are higher and the lows are lower. I think this was a team that was going on a 5-game winning streak. And as Jerry even said it, we played a Super Bowl game already. It was against New Orleans. And you talked about the hangover effect it may have. And I think that this team needed to get hit with reality because there are bigger stakes and there are bigger games to play going forward. I like the fact that they all admitted post-game, you know what, we were riding a little high on that horse. No one raises their hand ever to get smacked in the mouth, but after that point, you kind of look at the blood you got on your lip and you say, you know what, that was all right for this. I think this team will respond because of what they had to deal with in these last 5 weeks. They got a little out of sorts, a little ahead of themselves. Now they're back to reality.
You said reality. I mean, the reality of it is it's hard to go donut this day and age in the league. I mean, you got to try your best to not score. And, the simple fact is they didn't have any help from Dak. This team's been relying on that defense for the last several weeks, and they couldn't do enough, and then Dak didn't do anything. That's what the problem. If he would have just done enough for the defense to kind of get some hope. You know how it is. You go out and play 3 quarters of football and you get, worn down. You got nothing left. And your offense is just not doing anything. Now your whole mentality changed in that 4th quarter.
Yeah.
You're going out there saying, man, we're doing everything we possibly can and we still can't get anything done. Then the whole team morale gets taken down. That's what happened in this game. Dak just didn't do anything. I'm not putting it all on him, but I'm not okay with it. I'm not scoring. I don't know. I've never been a part of a team where we scored nothing. And especially now, it's hard to score nothing. And this team going into the playoffs with this many games, a couple games left in the regular season, and then they get hit like this, this is the wrong time. It's way too late to try to figure it out. This ain't the figure out point in time of the year. This is way too late for that. I think it's going to hit them hard going into the playoffs if they get there.
Yeah, well, you said Dak didn't do anything. I mean, Dak looked like he used to look before he got Amari Cooper back. And this is what the defense did. They said, okay, we're going to take away Amari Cooper. We're going to figure this out. Okay, you guys have been on this streak. That's what defenses do. Let's take away Amari Cooper. Let's, as much as we can, put 2 guys on him. And defensively, you can take out a player if you really, really want to. And say, let's stack the box and stop Ezekiel Elliott. You take those 2 guys away, Dak is not that effective. And by the way, going into this game, they were supposed to lose this game, according to the boys in the desert, in Vegas. They were the dogs, so nobody even thought they were going to win. And I picked them to lose yesterday, and they ended up losing. So, actually, I picked them. So,
you picked them to win. I thought
picked them to win.
Yeah. That was one of your 2 picks.
So they cost me on my show. Yeah. But anyways, I think that's the recipe for the rest of the year going against the Cowboys. They're going to have to get that fixed because Dak Prescott, we've sat up here and we've talked about him. He is not that franchise quarterback. He hasn't shown it yet. He's tried to show it the last 5 games. But what happens when Cole Beasley is a guy who needs to step up. They better start to develop a package for him when they take away Amari Cooper or somebody else on that team to step up, because otherwise defenses are going to do exactly what the end.
Okay, but as much as they took away Amari Cooper, I thought the game and the offense really swung on a couple of awful throws by Dak. The one on the goal line to the running back, where the running back takes all the flack, he whiffed on the pass. But it was a weird pass. You expect that ball to be up on you and to be thrown with a little fire under. He lofts one, and the guy whiffs trying to catch it. Then there's a downfield pass on an critical, I think, third down, where Dak, again, lofted the ball, put too much air on it, because he doesn't have confidence. I'm just telling you, any other quarterback just flings it. He's trying, well, let me put some room for error into these throws. Even if it's off target, there's enough room for the receiver to adjust. Those two critical plays, I thought, submarine their offense and screen. When you get in the film room with all your teammates and they watching the film, they see it for what it is. Like, hey, man, you should have put them balls on us.
Yeah, and talk about that and how it really affects the entire team. We speak ad nauseum about the limitations of Dak. But like you said, in that quiet film room with the all 11 up there, all 22, and you staring, and there's no sound in those film rooms, only coaches yelling. Or coaches protecting some players because we know we don't have any options, Dak Prescott. You're just sitting there like, okay, leading receivers 40 yards yesterday, 42 yards. Like, you're just sitting there like there are throws to be made that he is not making. So as we talked about before, quarterbacks are judged like, do we win because of you? Do we win in spite of you? Or do we win with you? And Dak, that win streak was with Dak, but they never won because of Dak. Playoff football, we're going to need for you to make these throws. We're going to need for you to do something outside our norm. And Dak hasn't shown a record of doing that.
All right, coming up, Nick Foles pulled off another improbable win last night. We'll tell you what his big night says about Carson Wentz.